Hey everyone, it's our last day of Children's Book Week, and today I'm going to share with you some graphic novels that are new to the library. So I've heard the argument over and over again that parents want their kids to read real books, not those comic book graphic novels that we have. But I want to share with you just a few facts about graphic novels, and hopefully you'll find that they do have some value in our collection. So we have an infographic next to our graphic novel display in the library, but since you can't get to that right now, I'm gonna share with you what it says. So graphic novels are real books, and there's kind of four things that make them important to our collection. So one of the benefits of reading graphic novels is something called visual literacy. And what that means is it's the ability for us to interpret things that are in graphic form. So in our digital age nowadays, especially since everything has gone online in the last few weeks and few months, it's important that we're able to decipher what all of those visual images mean, and graphic novels are great at helping us do that because there are so many pictures in them. It also helps with something called verbal literacy. So that's the development of language and communication skills. And what that means is if you're viewing pictures alongside words, then you typically have a better idea of what those words mean, especially if you come across one that you don't know. So if you're anything like me and you've been in the middle of a book that uses a little bit more complex language than you're used to, when you get to a word you don't know, if you can't figure it out based on the words around it, you typically just skip over it and forget it. Sometimes I get a dictionary if I feel the word is really important, but a lot of times I'll skip it. Well, in a graphic novel, you have pictures around, so you can look through those pictures for clues, and a lot of times they will help you to decipher exactly what that word means. So it actually can boost your vocabulary skills in that way. The third kind of benefit of reading graphic novels is for brain development. So because there are pictures and text side by side, you actually have to use both sides of your brain to read that book, because the creative side has to decipher the pictures while you're reading the text. And so you can create a whole bunch of different neural pathways that way while you're reading graphic novels. It can be really great for developing processes in the brain that are a little bit more complex than what we get just reading a chapter book. And of course, the last reason to read a graphic novel is always the motivation to read. So it's important, especially as children, that we're allowing them to read things they want to read. A lot of times there is required reading, and that's fine, because we definitely need to all be on the same page about some things too. But if they never get the option to read something just for the fun of it, then it's a lot harder to build lifelong readers. So it's important to allow children to really pick books that interest them, and sometimes that's going to be graphic novels, but hopefully those other benefits will help you to look past that and really see the benefits of reading graphic novels, and that they're not just another comic book. So with that, I'm going to share with you 5 of our brand new graphic novels in the library. There's more to come, of course, and we have quite a few already, lots of series, some by all of your favorite authors already. They have graphic novel spin-offs. So hopefully you're able to find something that would interest your child, and if you need help, always feel free to reach out. We'll be happy to help you. So happy Children's Book Week! Our first book today is called Becoming Brianna by Terry Libenson. National best-selling author Terry Libenson returns with another endearing, relatable story of friendship and finding confidence, perfect for fans of Raina Tegelmeier and Jennifer Elholm. Middle school is full of challenges. Everyone knows how much Brainy Bree likes the spotlight, not? So why did she ever agree to something that forces her to learn a new language, give a speech, help organize a party, and juggle drama at school and home? As the big event inches closer, Bree wonders if it's all worth it. Told in alternating past and present chapters, Bree's heartwarming story unfolds over the 8 months leading up to her bat mitzvah, as well as over the course of the big day itself. So technically, this book is shelved with our chapter books, but it really fits in that gray area between there and graphic novels. A lot of pages have the traditional graphic novel panels in them, but there are also pages with paragraphs of text. It's a rule breaker. No matter what category you consider this book to be in, readers who enjoy books like Raina Telgemeyer's Guts and Victoria Jamison's All's Fair in Middle School will likewise enjoy this series. Those with stage fright might find added interest in this particular title, fourth in the Emmy and Friends series. The Big Break by Mark Tutuli. A full-color graphic novel about growing up, growing apart, and monster hunting, perfect for fans of Real Friends and All's Fair in Middle School. Andrew and Russ are best friends obsessed with finding the legendary Jersey Devil that supposedly lives in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, right in their own backyards. They're even making a movie about their desperate search for any sign of the mythical creature. But when Russ starts spending less time on their movie and more time with the artsy first-chair violinist Tara, Andrew feels the cracks in their friendship begin to form. Suddenly, all of Andrew's favorite things are too babyish for Russ, and Andrew is left trying to figure out where he belongs without his best friend by his side. Then a rash of Jersey Devil sightings excite their small town, and the boys are thrown back together on a fevered hunt. Can Andrew and Russ put aside their differences for one last chance to find the monster of their dreams, or will the break in their friendship be too big to mend? Adolescence is a tough time when everything is rapidly changing, but everyone is changing at a different pace. This book captures that perfectly. This is another great read for readers that enjoy realistic fiction stories like Raina Telgemeyer's, but a breath of fresh air because it features male main characters. A lot of middle graders are going to love this book. This is Navajo Code Talkers, Top Secret Messengers of World War II by Blake Hoana. During World War II, U.S. forces had to keep battle plans and other top secret information out of the enemy's hands. Coded messages were often used, but secret codes could be broken. To solve this problem, the U.S. military turned to an unexpected source to create an unbreakable code. The Navajo people spoke a complex language that few outsiders knew how to speak. Several Navajo soldiers were recruited to develop a code based on the Navajo language. The result was a complex code that could not be solved by the enemy. Learn all about the brave Navajo code talkers and how their unbreakable code helped defeat the enemy and win the war. Technically, this isn't a brand new book. It was published last August, but it's always great to showcase nonfiction books that are also graphic novels. Readers will learn historical facts while enjoying the combination of text and illustrations. Everyone is sure to learn at least one thing. About the only flaw to this book is that it's not long enough. You will definitely think it ended too quickly. Cub by Cynthia L. Copeland, a laugh-out-loud funny and empowering graphic memoir about growing up and finding your voice. 12-year-old Cindy has just dipped a toe into 7th grade drama, with its complicated friendships, bullies, and cute boys, when she earns an internship as a cub reporter at a local newspaper in the early 1970s. A rare, young female reporter takes Cindy under her wing, and Cindy soon learns not only how to write a lead, but also how to respectfully question authority, how to assert herself in a world run by men, and as the Watergate scandal unfolds, how brave reporting and writing can topple a corrupt world leader. Searching for her own scoops, Cindy doesn't always get it right, on paper or in real life. But whether she's writing features about ghost hunters, falling off her bicycle and into her first crush, or navigating shifting friendships, Cindy grows wiser and more confident through every awkward and hilarious mistake. Raina Telgemeier meets historical fiction in this new graphic novel. It's a fast-paced story with bright and engaging illustrations. The book will introduce readers to how males and females were treated differently during this time period, as well as noting important events that happened then, including the Vietnam War, the Equal Rights Amendment, and Watergate. It might even be fun for those who grew up in the 1970s to take a stroll down memory lane with this title. Our last book is Batman Tales: Once Upon a Crime by Derek Friedolfs. Gotham City is filled with stories of heroes and of villains, of police and criminals, of families both lost and found. But the enchanted short stories in Batman Tales are brought to life with a classic fairy tale twist that will fill you with wonder. Once upon a crime in Gotham. Damian Wayne dreams of becoming a real boy wonder, as long as he can avoid telling lies and making his nose grow. Batman's butler takes an unexpected trip through the looking glass and finds himself in a topsy-turvy world for Alfred's in Wonderland. Gotham City Police Department detectives interrogate Gotham's most dangerous criminals looking for a princess who stole the pea, and Batman meets a Snow Queen who leads him on a dangerous quest. Superheroes meet fairy tales? What's not to love? The book retells 4 familiar tales: Pinocchio, Princess and the Pea, Alice in Wonderland, and the Snow Queen. Readers that are familiar with Batman will enjoy it most, as there are several jokes and characters throughout that may not make sense to those unfamiliar with the superhero. But that wouldn't stop anyone from enjoying the fractured fairy tales. Young and old alike will enjoy Batman: Once Upon a Crime. Thank you so much for joining me to see some of our new graphic novels. Hopefully you were also able to check out some of our other videos this week that showcase nonfiction, easy readers, chapter books, and picture books. Have a question about finding a book or want more suggestions on what to read next? Reach out and we'll do our best to help you find your next favorite book. Happy Children's Book Week!